Welcome back to Biology by Shravanti. Today we are going to discuss about reproduction. Under that, asexual reproduction, mainly about male reproductive system. So let us start the topic. Before going to topic, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. So coming for the sexual reproduction, there is nothing but it is an fusion of the gametes where both the male and female gametes get fused, and this process is called as a fertilization, and this process is either internal or it may done externally. So two types of fertilization can take place in the organisms, like internal fertilization and other one is external fertilization. Coming for the internal fertilization, the fertilization is occurring inside the female body, like the fertilized egg starts dividing and grows into an embryo. So external fertilization, this fertilization occurs either outside the body of the female organism, and this external fertilization is mainly common in aquatic animals like fishes and amphibians. That means the female lays the eggs and outside the body, and the male lays the sperms outside and they get fused outside the body and form a zygote. So this is called as the external fertilization. Internal means that the fertilization takes place inside the body of the female organism, and external means the fertilization takes place outside the body. So coming for the male reproductive system. So in this male reproductive system, it consists of parts like a pair of testes, a pair of epididymis and vasa efferentia, and a pair of vasa differentia, and a pair of seminal vesicles on either side you can see, and an ejaculated duct and a phosphate gland, and a pair of Cowper's gland. Here you can see the Cowper's gland and urethra. This urethra is also called as a common urinogenital duct. It is a common passage for the urine as well as the sperms. So coming for the testes in detail, the testis is an oval in shape. The testis is oval in shape. So these testes are present outside the body of the male. So it is present in a pouch type. We call it as a scrotum. So why it is located out? Because the scrotum helps in maintaining the low temperature of the testis, that is around 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, because it should be the sperm formation takes place only when there is a low temperature. So it is present outside the body cavity, that is outside the abdominal cavity. So this inside the testis you can see many seminiferous tubules. Those seminiferous tubules are present inside the testis. So this is a testis. Inside that you can see some many seminiferous tubules. So these seminiferous tubules, inside these seminiferous tubule, the sperm production will be, or formation of the sperms you can see in the seminiferous tubules. Not only the sperm formation but also sex hormones, the male sex hormones like a testosterone hormone is also produced in these testis. Okay, so this is about the testis. Coming for the length of the testis, it is of 4 to 5 centimeters in length. Coming for the width, it is 2 to 3 centimeters in width. So this is about the testis. Now coming for the vasa efferentia. So these seminal vesicles where the formation you can see, so this formation of the sperms inside the seminiferous tubule opens into an opening called as the vasa efferentia. From the vasa efferentia it is again passed into the epididymis. So this is the epididymis. So this is the epididymis. From the epididymis, the sperms travels or the sperms are stored in the epididymis layer, and the sperms travels into the vasa efferentia. The sperms travels into vasa differentia. From the vasa differentia, it arises along ascending into the abdominal cavity, looping around the urethra. So this is the urinary bladder. From the urinary bladder, this is an ureters. So it enters into the urinary bladder. So here, after entering into the urinary bladder, the sperms travels into the ejaculating duct. As soon as they travels into the ejaculating duct, the seminal vesicles which are present on either side of the ejaculating duct releases a fluid called as a seminal fluid, which acts as a energy for the sperms. Then it travels with the sperms into the prostate gland. As it enters into the prostate gland, this prostate gland secretes a prostate fluid, which is a component of the semen, and it supplies the nutrients to the sperm. So from the prostate gland it passes into the Cowper's glands. So from the inside the Cowper gland, it secretes Its secretions help to neutralize the acidity in the walls of the urethra, and then the free flow of sperm cells can be occurred. From here, now it travels into the urethra. You can see the way urethra. So the ejaculatory duct get mixed up with the seminal fluid, prostate fluid, and also Cowper gland fluid, and the sperms travels all through the way called as the urethra. So that's why this urethra is called as, it is a common passage for the urine as well as the sperms also. That's why it is called as urinogenital duct. So this is the process. Now how it is transferring? Generally from the seminiferous tubule which is present in the testis, from there it is collected by vasa efferentia. From the vasa efferentia it is transferred, the sperms are transferred into epididymis. From the epididymis it is transferred into vasa deferentia. From the vasa deferentia it travels into the ejaculatory duct. The collections of fluid is taking place. From there it passes to the urethra and come out of the body. Okay, Nana. Now next going with the shape. Now coming for the sperm cell. What is the shape of the sperm cell? So sperm cell consists of a head, the middle piece, and the neck part. Here you can see, and this is the middle piece, and this is the tail. So when you see in the head region, you can see a acrosome present. So this acrosome which is present help the sperm in penetrating into the ovum. Next you can see in the middle piece, you can see the head, like head of the male nucleus, where the genetic material is present inside the nucleus. It fuses with the female nucleus. Next coming to the neck part, you can see some mitochondria is present in the middle piece part. So this mitochondria gives the energy for the movement of the sperm. So the travel, this tail propels the sperm to travel or enter into the female reproductive system. So all these fluids with the, like seminal vesicles provide seminal fluid, prostate gland provides the prostate fluid, Cowper's gland provides the Cowper's fluid. So all this collectively with the sperms called as seminal plasma. So this with the combination with the sperm we call it as a semen. So this semen throwing out of the body or the sending out of semen from the male body is called as ejaculation. So normal fertility is 60% of sperm should have a normal shape and size, and 40% of them must have a vigorous motility. So in a men life, from the age of 13 or 14 years, the sperm formation takes place until the death of the person. So this is about the male reproductive system. Thank you for this section. If you like, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.